Hi, I'm Val Hart in San Antonio, Texas, founder of Val Hart and Friends at valhart.com. Welcome to the Real Dr. Doolittle Show, the show for animals and the people who love them. I've been called a real-life Dr. Doolittle many times in my career as an expert animal communicator, behaviorist, pet psychic, and master healer. My mission and passion is to improve the lives of animals the world over by helping humans learn how to speak their language, how to understand their viewpoints, and heal. After all, our love of animals helps us be better humans, and the more balanced and healthy we are, the more balanced and healthy they can be too. Be sure and look for my CDs on iTunes. And to find out more about my work and to receive your free Quick Start Animal Talk course, just go to my website at valhart.com. While you're there for a limited time, you can also apply for a complimentary Happy Animal Assessment session. And if you want to learn how to be your own Dr. Doolittle, check out the world's first complete Animal Communication Made Easy system, available now on my website at valhart.com. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hi, this is Val Hart, the real Dr. Doolittle, and today I'm talking with Rob Hartley. Rob is the creator of Thelma's Friends, the Guide Dog. His background is in marketing ideas that reach out to individuals who are especially challenged in some way. And Rob is one of those remarkable people who see the impossible, and he works to turn it into the possible. His most recent endeavor is creating a website for Thelma, who happens to be a guide dog. Thelma clearly understands how important it is to serve others, and Rob is working to help focus Thelma's talents to touch our lives so that we can become more involved and connected with our own pets. Today, Rob is donating his time with the blind, raising funds for guide dogs, and giving those individuals with challenges a way to reach their own dreams. Rob's love for Thelma the Guide Dog is a heartwarming story I know you're going to enjoy, because not only is Rob on a quest to find 1 million animal friends for Thelma, but both Rob and Thelma have another thing in common. Both were diagnosed with tumors, and both have had surgeries. And it was through this bonding process that Thelma's website was created, and it's based on their love for the blind and for guide dogs. Their journey has been filled with challenges, with heartbreaks and sweat, but it's been worth it as they are beginning to see how to make dreams actually happen. Their mission is to change the world one dream at a time, and they know that it starts with each one of us. Together, Rob and Thelma have only one quest. By helping others, it will help them back to their own health. And if it doesn't, in the process, Rob and Thelma will help make dreams come true for the blind, for those who are especially challenged. And they're helping raise funds to support other service dogs for those who need it. Their website is www.thelmasfriends.com, THELMASFRIENDS.com, thelmasfriends.com. Today I wanted to talk with Rob about Thelma's blogs, about her very own personal theme song, and about her amazing adventure story. You're invited to help write the next adventure story with her, too, and we're going to tell you how you can become a friend of Thelma's. This is going to be a really fun interview. I'm glad you can join us. Remember that dreams can come true, and they start with you. And, Rob, today they actually start with you. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Val. It's really great to be on the show with you and to be able to share with you and your audience. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Great. I love it. I love the work that you're doing. It totally comes home to me because I've always been a dreamer myself, and, and I teach people and I help my clients and their animals. I want them to achieve their dreams too, to clear what's in the way of them having what they really want. And one thing you may not know about me is that I actually went blind in one eye a couple of 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very sudden and very quick. I had a complete retinal detachment and tear, and I still don't have very good vision in that eye. So I'm still working with that. I'm still hopeful that someday I'll get better vision. But it really tugs on my heart, to know there are people who have lost their vision, some suddenly, some in accidents, some that never had it. But it's very near and dear to my heart. So let me ask you a question. Why did you start Thelma's Friends? What really inspired you there?
Well, what happened was my background was I was working in a bowling center as their marketing director.
Oh.
and they asked me if I could do a fundraising activity for the community.
Okay.
And so I thought, well, you know what? I want to do something for the blind. And I didn't know anyone that was blind. I just one of those things that popped in my head and decided to do.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
We did our first fundraiser, and we actually lost money.
Oh, no. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and it's supposed to make revenue. And what happened was the blind, after we did our event, they asked me, first of all, the blind said, well, you know, when you do this event with bowling, can we come and bowl?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you're blind, you know? What are you talking about? You want to bowl?
Oh, my God.
What was amazing, they actually can. And so after the event, I thought, okay, that's over. And the blind asked me, you know, Rob, could we come back and try this again? I said, sure. And they said, next week? And I thought, okay. So I took out some extra money I had and paid for their bowling just so they could have a great time. Mm-hmm. And they showed up. And then they said, can we do it again next week? Well, this went on for a month. And so after spending about all the money that we made in the fundraiser, now I'm going into the hole, I said, you know what, we may as well start a blind league, and, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. And this is where Thelma came into be, because all of a sudden I began to see the plight of the blind and how important that guide dogs and service animals are to so many people out there, and the tremendous unselfishness that these pets give every day. They're such heroes, and they never ask of anything of anybody.
Wow. Oh, this touches my heart. Oh, thank you so much. It makes sense to me, you know, that there are so many people out there, and our animals and our dogs, you know, not just dogs. I mean, there are a lot of other service and therapy animals, you know, horses and, you know, any of them that are healers and nurturers. You know, that's part of their job with us, is to help caretake their people. Even if their people aren't blind, they're still interested in caretaking, right? They still take care of us.
Oh, yeah. You know, and what's amazing to me is to watch Thelma, because she's kind of our mascot of our bowling center now. I mean, when people walk in on Monday nights and they see the people, the blind people bowling, first of all, they're amazed that the blind people can bowl. Mm-hmm. And then second, when they see Thelma laying there, and it brings people to an awareness that just because people are different, they're still okay. And they still can participate in everything that we do. And what Thelma's kind of helped me to see is, okay, I serve Roy and blind people, and I do what I can. And so, Rob, it's your turn to go beyond the blind, to help those that are challenged or have some type of disability. Yeah. And the stories that have come out of this, for example, Sharon Rainwater, who came to us, she became blind. She woke up from a stroke as a grandma, and she was blind. And through the process, a few months later, just in disparage because of the situation, and Sharon was going to end up homeless, so we found a little hotel for her, and then I contacted her family, and things worked out. But Sharon, at one point, was suicidal and very withdrawn, and she joined our blind bowling league. Today, Sharon's out speaking to Lions Clubs International. She's the president of our league. And when you see what change we've made in this young lady's wife, and I call her young lady, she's a grandma, but beautiful. Sharon has just been incredible. She, out on her own, she decided, I want to raise some money to help Thelma and stuff. And so she went to a local restaurant, and then they gave us this huge amount of money to, you know, help do things and raise money. It was so Sharon is just one small impact that we've had because of Thelma. And it's all because of one event.
Wow. Oh, I've got chill bumps. This is just incredible. Thank you. Oh man, I could listen to these stories all day, I think. Wow.
Hey, I I have to tell you something about Roy.
Okay.
Roy is, Thelma belongs to Roy because he's my.
Okay.
Roy was a police officer,
okay.
and if you can imagine, a police officer going blind, and especially his whole life was about helping other people and stuff.
Yeah.
And after Roy went blind, didn't know exactly what to do, and his wife Kay found out about our league. She brought Roy in. That's how we met Thelma. And at that time, Roy only had an 80 average, and he wanted to be on a sided bowling team, but nobody would take him. So I said, you know what, I'm a pretty good bowler, so why don't we put you on my team, and we got to have a name for it. So we called our bowling team Blame It on the Blind Guy. Now, this was really cool, though. Our very first league that we went in, with Roy, Thelma being our mascot, we won first place over all folks that were sighted. Today, Roy not only carries an 80, but 180 average and can beat sighted people. So I always tell people, never underestimate someone because they have a challenge. They're going to show you their abilities and talents. And it all started with a guide dog. That's what's so cool about this.
Oh, man. Oh, wow, that is incredible. Oh, thank you, Roy, and thank you for bringing Thelma and you together and helping you create what you've created. It's amazing. Thank you. Oh, Rob, this is so much fun. Okay, so you and Thelma actually have something in common. Can you share what that is so our audience can be encouraged when they're also facing challenges?
Yes. One of the things that we did as we began to have this blind bowling league was I needed to have money because they were spending money faster than I could make it. So I came up with this idea. I'm 56 years old, so at the age of 50, I decided I was going to bowl a 24-hour marathon nonstop.
Whoa.
And I would bowl approximately 130 games nonstop, throwing over 16 tons of bowling ball down the lane, and while still averaging over 205 per game.
Wow.
Well, I would do this every year, and we've raised a lot of money. We've been able to send our Blind Bowling League to the American Blind Bowling Association's Blind Bowling Tournament, where 150 different blind bowling teams across the country bowl. And what happened was we won second place in the nation. Well, so I said, you know what, we're going to do this every year. And so I was bowling, and last year I froze up on the lanes, and I couldn't move.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the hospital and found out that I had a massive tumor called a pedimoma in my back. And it come close to killing me. But the nice thing about it was it led me to what I'm doing today. And through all this, the thing that hit me harder was I was not going to be able to bowl just like I used to. I lost, through the surgery, below my left kneecap, I didn't have any feelings left.
Wow.
So what happened after I started getting better, then we find out that Thelma has a tumor.
Wow.
And she has to have surgery. And so we're right now, Thelma's about, I think within the next month or two, going to go through surgery. We've been raising money for her and doing things to help her out because she's doing so good. But the bond between Thelma and I is, her and I, we have a chance that the cancer can get us or, that we may not make it. And so kind of together, Thelma and I have decided, let's reach out, let's do whatever we can, and let's make a big enough impact that we could pull 1 million people with their pets together, that they could become a friend of Thelma's, and we could help get more guide dogs. We could help other people with more disabilities. And so people and your audience can be sitting here listening, yeah, I got a parrot that's our favorite pet.
Mm-hmm.
Which parrot could become a friend of Thelma's, and we begin to start doing things. So your parrot, eventually, she'll be responsible to help raise funds for a guide dog or to help do things that would change a person's life that is blind or other disabilities. It's just, so that's why Thelma and I are so close today. We kind of both connect because both of us were not given the best thing in life, but we've turned it into lemonade.
Yeah, and I just have to think that you were given what you were given for a reason. there's a purpose there, because you wouldn't have done everything you've done had that not happened.
Yeah. I remember one time after the surgery, and I come in with a walker, and everybody's encouraging me, and Thelma's laying on her blanket, and she looks up and sees me, and then she got up and came over and, walked a few steps and then just licked my hand. It was like someone new, and she saying, it's going to be okay. Yeah. And, she gave me the hope I've needed, and it's made a big difference for me.
Yeah. Oh, all right. You're making me cry now.
Don't, because there's so many wonderful things that has happened out of this. I don't have any pain or worries today. I'm not, I'm not going to have the feeling come back most likely in my leg. But the other day, I did roll 10 straight strikes in a row, bowled a 286, which was almost a perfect game.
Wow.
And Thelma's in the background cheering me on. So,
There she is. Yeah, he's going, yeah, I helped do that.
That's right.
I helped do that. Yeah.
I think our story is together that we get to say, excuse me, that was almost a dog cough there. Anyway, the whole thing is no matter what challenge we have, no matter what obstacle that we're hit with, we can still give, we can still touch somebody else's life, and we can make changes. And a lot of times, that really can start with your pet. I think we limit our pets because they're pets, and we don't realize that by them becoming involved in things, they can do so much more. It isn't just service animals that their whole life is around that, but, it's the pets that you have, and they can help make changes in other people's lives if you allow them to.
Yeah. And I think that's really part of their purpose, so... Thanks. It's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what can people do on Thelma's website? And let's give them that site again so they can find it if they missed it. It is, I'll let you tell them.
It's www.thelmasfriends.com. And what the whole site is about is, first of all, we want everyone to become a friend of Thelma's. That's the first objective. Become a friend of Thelma's. And this is cool because you can put a whole personality about your pet and things that are wonderful. You can tell stories, all that wonderful thing. And you can invite other people to come onto the site to become a friend of your pet,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I can legally say this, but to me it's almost like it becomes the Facebook for animals.
I love that. Yeah.
So in addition to that, Thelma every day writes a blog, and from her perspective, and things like the other day she wrote, fleas are pesky critters. And I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about that. You'll have to go to our site, www.thelmasfriends.com, and read about that.
Okay.
And so you can do a different blog every day. We've also got a theme song called For the Love of My Pet, which is really wonderful. And then what was really interesting, we thought, hey, we could have some fun. So Thelma and I kind of worked together, and we wrote an adventure story. Ooh. And most authors, they get pretty egotistical about this. Well, Thelma's not, so she come up with the idea with myself, and we thought, why don't we have the next adventures be written by other people that own pets and animals, and they will become the co-author. And we put them into ebooks. We put all the artwork in, and then we put it up, And here's what's really cool, because if we choose your ebook and we do this and you become the co-author, we give you 15% of everything that's ever made off of that ebook.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
If you want to be artists or writers, they would have an opportunity, and they become a co-author with Thelma. I mean, how many people in this world can actually say they're a co-author of a book with a guide dog?
I love that. That's awesome. Oh, I can feel Einstein wanting to tell a story already. It's just
And you know what's cool about it? The story is based on Mo, who comes from the planet of Blue Park, and on his planet there are no animals or pets.
Oh, my God, what an awful place.
Yes, and well, this is what's cool. They come on a quest to have that, and so they hit the planet Earth, and I won't tell you the rest of the adventure, but it's pretty cool about what happens.
That's got me laughing already. I love it. And by the way, everybody listening, I listened to For the Love of Our Pets, the song, Thelma's theme song, and I have to tell you, I was chuckling, I was laughing, I had tears in my eyes. It's very hummable. I think you've got a real hit on your hands. You and Thelma have a big hit on your hands and paws, so it was delightful. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, yes. Let me also, I have to plug someone because a friend of mine, Dave Canoin and Jimmy Hammer, they're the artists and the writers for that music and the song, and I'll tell you, I'll plug them. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but you can check out songwizardrecords.com. Dave Canoin just has some wonderful music for kids, animals, pets, just a terrific guy. But he's, and throughout the years that I've known him, he's a real giver to people and will reach out. Just totally talented, and the same with Jimmy Hammer. So I want to plug them a little bit because without that, I don't think Thelma would have the rock and roll in life.
I get it. So there was something else you were telling me about the song. You have some plans for this song that are going to include people offering their pictures and having members' pictures.
Oh, yeah. You know, when they sign up for, Thelma's friends, what they can do is they can upload a picture and things like that. Well, each month, new people, new members, we will take some of those pictures and we'll take For the Love of My Pet and we'll pop their pictures in. And even if you all are already a member, we'll do the same thing. Maybe you got some brand new pictures and you would decide to upload them on the site, so people can see what's happening with your pet. If we like them and we say, hey, that kind of stands out, we'll put them on so your pet kind of becomes a star with our theme song, which is totally cool.
I think that's wonderful. I'm excited.
Yes, and we don't care if it's a giraffe or we don't care if it's a snake. We don't care if it's a gopher or a bird.
Yeah.
As long as it's your pet.
I love it. Okay. Well, I can't wait to get Einstein up there. Me and Einstein on that. So look for us. We're gonna jump in there.
Oh, one of the other things I want to say about the song For the Love of My Pet, one of the things when we find out about young people, or especially children with terminal cancer and stuff, if people send us in information, we will get the e-book somehow emailed to them or sent to them for free because I think this is another way that Thelma can reach out to these children to give them hope.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that, Rob. You're such a giver and a warm-hearted fellow animal lover. I'm really grateful that you're doing what you're doing.
I'm a little bit nuts, and so this is pretty easy.
I think all us animal lovers can be a little nutty, don't you? I think in a good way, all in a very, very good way.
Yeah, I know this may sound negative, but I really look at it positive. When they say puppy love will lead you to a dog's life, I don't mind that, especially when it comes around Thelma.
and we should all be so lucky. All right. So do you think Thelma actually communicates with the blind and with people?
Yes, there's no doubt that she does. And I've observed her in restaurants and in parks and in large events that go on. And first of all, people gather to Thelma when she's in service. People are very respectful, not to pass her and things like that because they're working.
Yes.
But when they're in a relaxed mode and people come up, can we pet them? Thelma is so attentive, and it's in her own words she's saying, look, I'm giving, so can you. So can you. And I know that may sound weird. I really do believe that. I know it's true because, my goodness, who in their right mind sets up a whole website and blog and spends tens of thousands of dollars so a guide dog can have her voice?
I get it. Yeah.
I told Roy the other day, I says, Roy, do you know what's wrong with this picture? He said, what? I says, I don't own Thelma, but I says, I've invested more money in her than any pet I've ever owned.
It's a good thing you don't own her, just think. Oh, my God. Yeah, I've often felt that our love of animals actually makes us better people.
Oh, yeah. In fact, that really comes out. I mean, you see two things. You see people come up and they'll automatically start telling you about their pets become a Thelma.
Yeah.
And people want to find out. There is a animal lover in all of us that I found, because I don't see anyone that will ever pass by Thelma without being stopped dead in their tracks and want to pet her, want to respond, want to communicate.
Want to connect.
She communicates back, and you can see that.
Yeah.
And I can't even begin to tell you the thousands upon tens of thousands of hearts that Thelma has touched personally just by being in a grocery store, in a park, or a dentist office, or visiting with Roy and Kay on a vacation. But, I mean, she literally, she knows how to control everybody, and she does it in such an unselfish way that's just very beautiful. I hope that someday that I can grow to be a Thelma.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a good goal in life, doesn't it? Be like
yeah, I wouldn't mind, especially when she's in the backyard and she's got, some turkey jerky to go for.
So you've told us how people can become a friend of Thelma's. Just go to thelmasfriends.com. So how can they help write the next adventure story with Thelma? How does it actually work, Rob?
All they have to do is they can submit their own story, and they can just write to Thelma, and we have a place you can submit their own story, and they begin to write it, and we read through every one of those, every single one of them, and if we think it works, then we'll get a hold of the person, we'll ask them permission, we may doctor it some, because Thelma has her own opinion about some of these things. I mean, I can have it.
Okay.
And then we start working in the process. And I'm very fortunate. My son Joshua is the artist. And
oh, really?
in just a few days, I'm going to be sending you the first adventure, and I'll have Thelma autograph it so you get one of the first ones.
Awesome.
But the artwork is so rich. I mean, it looks like it came right out of Disney. I would not going to be surprised if we don't end up with a kind of a Thelma's series, adventure series, that could be made for television or even in audio tapes. And as we do this, we will record each one. So it's not a difficult thing. It doesn't cost you any money, and yet this is a way that we will sell these ebooks and help raise money for the blind and guide dogs and those with disabilities, so people can write their stories, they can throw in donations, they can do anything they want. Okay. We don't care as long as they're touching somebody's life. That's what's the important thing. I think sometimes we get so twisted about it has to be about money, and it can't be. It's got to be about people and loving them and caring for them. And just like, what you talked about with you, having a sight problem yourself, there are so many individuals today. And one of the groups that have helped us a lot is the Lions International and Lions Clubs locally.
Okay. Oh.
They bought our first guide rail so the blind can bowl, and they have supported us when we've gone to national bowling tournaments. And it's remarkable, that organization, the things that they do, and they don't go out and brag and say, look what we've done. They just do it. Helen Keller was responsible for that. She asked the Lions Clubs to be an ambassador to the blind, and they've done that, and they've made just a tremendous difference in the lives of people, pets, service animals. It's incredible.
Wow. Well, and y'all have a national spokesperson, too.
Oh, yes. So this is kind of neat. Bowling brings you in contact with a lot of people. Well, I was working with this little senior lady and teaching her bowling lessons, and her name was Eleanor.
Okay.
And Eleanor asked me, she says, Rob, do you know who my son is? I said, no. And she says, his name is Edward James Olmos. I said, oh, you mean like Edward James Olmos the star? She said, that's the one.
Oh, my God.
I got to meet Edward about 4 or 5 years ago, and he came into the bowling center because his mom was having a birthday, and he brought her cake and, you know, very attentive from his busy acting schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And so about 6 months ago, I started corresponding with Edward and writing him a letter. And we sat in his offices in Burbank, and I asked Edward if he would become our national spokesperson, and Edward said yes. And so today we're going to be utilizing, you know, his talents and his efforts, and eventually on the website you'll be seeing a video with him and all kinds of things like that.
Oh, how fun.
But
I love that. That's awesome.
I know that's kind of cool because by teaching bowling to someone else, you know, seniors and blind and that kind of stuff led us to Edward, and then Edward was just so gracious and giving. If you read anything about the background of him, this is an incredible actor. For over 40 years, Edward has found causes and things to help people, and this is one reason we went to him, not because he was an actor, but because of his stand for those that are less fortunate than us, and those that need a voice and a purpose. And Edward has been so gracious in that, and I really commend him. He's not only an extremely talented actor, but a talented man that cares about people. His mom, Eleanor, shared with me, she says, I've always told Eddie, she calls him Eddie, I've always told Eddie that he needs to give back and needs to share. And I said, and he does that. And she says, we've always been like that. She's just a super trooper. But we just feel so in awe that he would even consider this. And Edward has touched my heart. And he is another one that just kind of inspired me when I was real, real sick. He gave me a reason to live because he believed in me.
Wow. Oh, Rob, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Edward, too, for inspiring you and helping you make an even bigger impact, you know, to reach more people and to help us be better, you know, to help change our world. Oh, thanks. Okay, so what haven't we talked about? Thelma's blogs, I think we talked about that a moment ago. Is there anything else you want to add about that?
You know, one of the things we'd like to do is, again, just like the adventure story, and Val, we also want to have you do this, is we are going to have guest bloggers. So we always like a picture of an animal or a pet, and you put the title in, and then you write your thing, and then when I get a few of those, I'll pop those in with Thelma's blogs because that way it gives, you know, the website's not about Thelma, it's about all of us together with our animals and pets contributing. And my goal, and I'd love to see this, this is the goal, is to have 1 million pets and friends for Thelma's website. And we could all do this together. I mean, there's just a jillion animal lovers out there. But we need to have a voice to show that we're doing something besides just loving our own pet. And if we love people and things and that are out there in circumstances, we can make a big difference. So, the blog is one way that they can do that. You know, submitting stories. We have a story on there that really touched me. It's about a veterinarian or a doctor that built prosthetics for a dog with no paws that was hurt and injured. It's incredible. You can see the video on the site. It's a touching story. So you know, anybody can submit anything of that sort. That's real important. The other thing we're going to do is when we begin to see we have enough members and we have enough people really caring, we're going to build into it a social network so that people can share more about their pets, you know, and begin to connect with each other. And I think that's real, real important. Where the site is going to go in the long run, I don't know. But the main focus and purpose is we live in a time in America that everybody's fearful of the economy. They're fearful of what's going to happen tomorrow. But I remember when I grew up, my parents, there were 4 of us, but Mom and Dad always brought extra people into the home and kind of adopted them. I ended up with so many brothers and sisters, I had no idea if I was adopted or not. But more important than that, I learned the concept of totally giving. And I think that Thelma's website is a kind of an extension of that. We've got to get back where we care, because we get so lost in, what am I going to do? And in a lot of ways, look how content your pets are. If they got a water dish and they have a little bit of food and a little bit of love from you, they're so gracious and giving. And I think if we could almost pick up the attitudes of animals for the most part and pets, our world would be a heck of a lot better. And I think our pets and animals are screaming to tell us that. If we'll just listen to them, our world would be a lot better place. I
agree. Totally agree. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love that. Okay. So people can go to thelmasfriends.com and contribute their stories and read the other stories. I can't wait to read the one about the vet with the prosthetics for the dog without the paws. Whew, that sounds amazing. And I really like your point. There's a tendency to follow our fear, in our life.
Right.
And if our choice is to follow our heart and to follow our love and our passion, and to give, like you said, and part of that is giving back. It's expressing, it's sharing who we really are, and our animals demonstrate that every day. So we have master teachers right here at our feet, or right here on our shoulder, or in our life that we can learn from. They are master teachers. So, yeah.
What I get excited about is the fact that, through this, I think through your audience and people that listen to your podcast and read through your newsletters and stuff, if we looked at all of us together as and we all work and contribute together, it isn't just about this website or even yours, Val, as it goes, but it's all of us sharing together to make this world a better place, and it starts with us and our pets. And if we do that, we can accomplish this task very quickly and change our world. I believe that. If I go fishing, I'm taking the tartar sauce with me.
Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. So is there a fee to become involved? I think you had something very special for our Dr. Doolittle listeners. Can you tell us about that for a minute?
Yes. To be able to become a member of www.thelmasfriends.com, you have to become a friend of Thelma's, and we charge $19.95 a year. A whole lot.
Okay. Woo.
But we offer a lot of different things where you can, of course, submit the adventure story if you want. You can read the blogs. You can download the song. You can, there's just a ton of different things that you can do on the site.
Okay.
But since your audience is so special and, Val, you've been such an inspiration and kind to me, forever, if you are your audience, all they have to do is write us at www.thelmasfriends.com and say, I'm an audience member of the Dr. Doolittle Show, and we'll send them a code, and they can come in for free.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So all they have to do is contact you through your website and tell you that they listen to the Dr. Doolittle Show.
Yes.
And you're going to give them a code that gets them in as a Thelma's friend for free.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, Rob.
Yes.
Thanks. Wow. Okay.
And we'll actually, later on, we're going to have some other things that are going to be really awesome. And, you know what, let's talk about this after we get done with the interview, but maybe what we could do is come up and have Thelma autograph maybe, 50 or 100 books and ebooks, and we could send them out to some of your audience members. You could put, that would be fun, all for free.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So she's going to potograph, is that what they call it? Potograph?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what Thelma says, give a dog a bone.
And another, and another, and another. And we like all of them. I know. I love that. Thank you so much. So we're going to give our audience a bone. So number one, you get to be free for free. You get to be a friend of Thelma's, and Rob, you and I are going to work on the asking Thelma very nicely to pass out a few e-books. That'd be awesome. Autograph them.
Oh yeah,
thank you. Okay, we'll figure that out.
You give Thelma a few treats, and I'm sure you're going to have her at your beckoning call.
Your new best friend. I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So do you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Yes. Where I am with not only the website, but some of the other things that are kind of coming out of this are absolutely amazing to me. But I would not have gotten here, first of all, without Thelma. But there's a few other people that just have really inspired me. One of the stories I didn't tell you about, but one lady has helped me for the last 6 years. Her name is Adrienne Baber. Okay. Adrienne was the first one that introduced me to the blind because I had no idea what I was doing, so Adrienne helped in that. But more important than that, over the past 6 years, Adrienne went through cancer, very ill. She lost her home, and in spite of everything that has happened with Adrienne, she is totally focused on the blind. And so without the Adriennes in life, I would not be where I am today. And it's just an inspiration when I look around and I see the Sharon Rainwaters, the Adrienne Babers, the Wayne Thompsons. I mean, these are people that are blind and sighted that have just made a big difference. And so this is another thing. You're never going to be successful by yourself. And so don't be afraid to enlist your pets, your animals, and your friends, and let's do this together. Let's get some love out there and make it real.
Yeah. Oh, got it. So we really can. All we have to do is share our heart and get our love out there and have gratitude and appreciation and inspire each other, and touch each other. And we can do it.
Yes.
We can do it. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So, Rob, you've been wonderful. Everyone listening, or if you're listening to this, be sure and go to thelmasfriends.com, ThelmaSFriends.com, and check it out. So become a friend of Thelma's for free. Help her create and write her next adventure story. Submit your own stories and your pet profiles. Be a guest blogger. And I know that, Rob, you speak. Is that correct? So they can invite you to be at their next event. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. And Thelma and Roy and Sharon, myself, we have different ones that will come and out and share and inspire everybody. We'd love that. So just write us, let us know, and we'll work it out with you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Rob. You've been a joy to have on the show. Thanks for your work, everything you're doing, and for your love of animals.
Yeah, and Val, listen, and the audience members, Val relentlessly works so hard at making this, not just this show and everything that she's doing work for us. So, tell your friends about her website and do it together. God bless you too, Val. We really appreciate you.
Oh, making me cry again. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let's leave it off here, and we'll follow up with everyone if you'll stay tuned. We'll let you know about what's next, and we'd love to meet you and greet you on thelmasfriends.com. And thanks, Rob, again. So have a great day, everybody. Okay, bye, Rob.
Goodbye, and have fun.
Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to the show. For more information or to listen to other podcasts, go to valhart.com/blog. And if you're someone who values a non-invasive, holistic solution to resolving problems with your dogs, cats, and horses, and you want better behaved, healthier, and happier animals, Just go to my website at valhart.com to apply for a complimentary Happy Animal Assessment session. And be sure and remember to look for my CDs on iTunes. Learning how to talk with animals is fun and will change your life. So while you're there at my site, get my free Quick Start Animal Talk course and check out the world's first complete Animal Communication Made Easy system. May the love of animals bless you, teach you, inspire you, heal you, and reconnect you to the circle of life.